16 people confirmed dead in the California wildfires as new evacuations are ordered. Tonight, new fears the massive fires will only continue to grow.
California wildfires are tearing through communities, and for RVers, life on the road has become a dangerous game of survival. Evacuations, road closures, and toxic air are forcing many to rethink what it means to live on wheels. In today's video, we'll uncover how these wildfires are reshaping RV life, the incredible stories of resilience, and what you need to know if you're traveling in an RV during wildfire season. Let's get rolling. A massive wildfire known as the Palisades fire is currently devastating Southern California, particularly in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. Since it began on January 7, 2025, the fire has burned through more than 21,500 acres of land, and firefighters have only managed to contain 8% of it. Strong Santa Ana winds reaching up to 100 miles per hour, combined with long-lasting drought conditions, are helping the fire spread rapidly through dry grass and brush. Over 1,400 firefighters are working tirelessly to control the flames, but they face serious challenges. The powerful winds often prevent aircraft from flying safely to drop water and fire retardant.
Planes could be seen dumping water on those fires early this morning. 150,000 people are still under evacuation orders. Nearly a dozen people are known to have been killed.
The rough landscape and lack of water make their job even more difficult. The human impact has been severe. More than 150,000 people have been forced to leave their homes, and another 166,000 are ready to evacuate if needed.
We had everything, like the sentimental things, like my mom passed away, I had only a few things of hers left. My wedding dress, our wedding album, we left everything, our albums, we have just whatever we're wearing the same thing for the last 2 days.
Sadly, 11 people have lost their lives, and several others are in hospitals with serious burns and breathing problems. People living in RVs have been hit especially hard, as many lost both their homes and belongings to the fire. In total, over 12,300 buildings have been destroyed or badly damaged, including homes, RVs, and businesses. The cost of this destruction is estimated between $52 billion to $57 billion. The smoke from the fire has made the air dangerous to breathe across large areas, causing particular problems for people with breathing conditions. Major highways have been closed, making it difficult for people to escape to safety. This has created extra challenges for homeless individuals who live in RVs, as many of their usual parking spots are now either unsafe or blocked off. President Joe Biden has approved federal emergency aid to help the region, but recovery will take considerable time and resources. With the strong winds continuing and no sign of letting up, California faces what could become one of its worst and most expensive wildfire seasons ever. This disaster shows how climate change is making wildfires more dangerous and highlights the need for better preparation in areas at risk of fires. For many full-time RVers, these fires have taken not just their campgrounds, but their entire homes, forcing them to leave their established communities and familiar surroundings behind. The destruction has been devastating for RV park residents. Entire communities have been lost to the flames, with many RVers returning to find nothing left of their homes and possessions. The financial toll is particularly harsh for those who invested their life savings into their RVs, only to lose everything in the fire. Many now face the daunting challenge of rebuilding without adequate insurance coverage, as some policies don't fully protect against such extensive fire damage. The crisis has created a chain reaction of challenges across the state's RV network. As travelers flee fire-affected areas, safe campgrounds are becoming overcrowded, making it difficult for displaced RVers to find new spots. Major highway closures have complicated travel plans, forcing RVers to take lengthy detours through unfamiliar territory. The thick smoke has made even areas far from the flames unsafe for extended stays. These wildfires have shaken the foundation of the RV lifestyle that many have chosen. Beyond the immediate loss of vehicles and possessions, there's a deeper impact on the tight-knit RV community. Long-term residents of RV parks have lost not just their homes but their neighborhoods and support systems. As the community begins its recovery, the focus turns not only to replacing lost RVs and rebuilding damaged parks, but also to reconstructing the social connections that make RV living special.
Departments is the Ventura County Fire Department, who sent 3 strike teams to help battle.
In Ventura County, the damage has been especially severe. A once thriving RV park along the coastal highway now stands as a stark reminder of the fire's intensity, with rows of RVs reduced to blackened metal frames. First responders described finding nothing but ash where family homes once stood. Another nearby park suffered similar devastation, with most of its units completely destroyed by the fast-moving flames. The fires have also reached parts of Los Angeles County, where several campgrounds face ongoing threats. Emergency crews continue working to protect these areas, but the challenging terrain and unpredictable winds make their efforts increasingly difficult. Many RV parks in these regions sit in vulnerable locations, often surrounded by dry vegetation that can quickly become fuel for advancing fires. The impact extends beyond just property damage. These RV parks represented close-knit communities where residents shared their lives and supported one another. Relief organizations are now stepping in to help displaced residents with immediate needs, like temporary housing and essential supplies. However, the path forward remains uncertain for many. Rebuilding these communities will take considerable time and resources, and some residents may need to consider permanently relocating to safer areas. The unfolding wildfire crisis has pushed California's vulnerable RV residents into an increasingly desperate situation. Many who relied on their vehicles as a last refuge from homelessness now find themselves forced into a harrowing search for safety, with their usual parking spots and familiar areas suddenly transformed into danger zones. The rapid spread of fires has left little time for careful planning or gathering of essential supplies, creating a cascade of challenges for those who already had few resources to fall back on. Help organizations and volunteers are working hard to support these displaced RV residents, providing emergency shelter space, food, and basic supplies. But the needs far exceed what's available. Most local shelters are completely full, and securing even basic necessities has become increasingly difficult as more people evacuate fire zones. The losses are devastating for many homeless RV dwellers. Some have seen their vehicles, their only homes and possessions, destroyed by the flames. Without insurance or savings to replace their RVs, these individuals now face complete homelessness. The loss goes beyond just shelter. These RVs were also their way to move around and maintain some independence. Local officials are trying to help by offering temporary housing vouchers and emergency financial assistance. However, the ongoing fire threat makes it hard to implement long-term solutions. Each new evacuation adds to the number of people needing immediate help. This crisis shows how urgently California needs better systems to protect its most vulnerable residents, especially during disasters like these wildfires. The situation has exposed major gaps in emergency services for people living in RVs out of necessity. While temporary aid is crucial, there's a clear need for more permanent solutions to help these individuals find stable housing and rebuild their lives after losing everything to the fires. The human toll among RV residents has reached alarming levels as survivors share harrowing stories of narrow escapes and devastating losses. Emergency medical teams report treating numerous victims for severe burns and smoke-related injuries, with many still in critical condition at local hospitals. For those who escaped, the psychological trauma runs deep. Watching their tight-knit communities and lifelong possessions vanish in minutes has left lasting emotional scars. Medical professionals and mental health experts are particularly concerned about the long-term impact on survivors. Many are showing early signs of trauma, with symptoms ranging from severe anxiety to sleep disturbances. First responders, who witnessed the destruction firsthand and worked tirelessly to save lives, are also at risk of developing PTSD. Crisis counselors have been deployed to evacuation centers, offering immediate psychological support to those grappling with their losses. The aftermath has revealed heartbreaking stories of community members trying to help each other during the chaos. Some RV residents risked their own safety to alert neighbors, while others assisted elderly or disabled community members in evacuating. Despite these heroic efforts, not everyone made it to safety in time. Emergency response teams continue their grim task of searching through destroyed RV parks, working to identify victims and provide closure to families. Recovery efforts now focus on both immediate needs and long-term support for survivors. Mental health professionals emphasize the importance of ongoing counseling and support groups for those dealing with trauma. While emergency shelters provide temporary relief, the challenge of helping displaced RV residents rebuild their lives remains daunting.
A lot of places to donate money to support victims of the LA fires, including direct relief organizations and recovery efforts.
Support organizations are working to establish long-term assistance programs, recognizing that recovery from such profound losses will require sustained emotional and practical support. This disaster has exposed critical gaps in emergency preparedness for RV communities, revealing how quickly established support systems can become overwhelmed. Insurance companies report that many affected RVers had inadequate coverage, leaving them with limited options for rebuilding or replacing their lost homes. The situation has sparked discussions about the need for specialized insurance policies that better protect full-time RV residents against catastrophic losses. Recovery specialists estimate it could take years to rebuild the damaged infrastructure that RV communities rely on. Beyond just reconstructing physical spaces, there's a pressing need to develop more resilient systems for emergency response and community support. Local authorities are now reviewing their disaster preparedness plans, looking for ways to better protect and assist mobile residents during future crises. The disaster has prompted calls for improved emergency communication systems specifically designed for mobile communities. Current alert systems, originally designed for traditional neighborhoods, often fall short in reaching RV residents who frequently move between locations. Technology experts and emergency planners are exploring new ways to keep mobile residents informed about developing threats and evacuation routes. Looking ahead, the RV community faces the challenge of not just rebuilding, but reimagining how to create more disaster-resistant spaces. This includes considering improved park layouts, installing better emergency warning systems, and establishing more effective evacuation procedures. While the immediate focus remains on helping those who have lost everything,
volunteers are sorting a number of different donations, but the ICA says what's most needed is batteries and also medical supplies such as insulin, EpiPens, and inhalers.
there's growing recognition that long-term solutions must address the unique vulnerabilities of mobile living. The lessons learned from this crisis will likely shape how RV communities prepare for and respond to future disasters. Even in the toughest of times, the RV community shows its strength. Whether it's finding safe places to stay or helping each other through evacuations, they prove that home is where the heart and wheels are. If this video helped you, leave a comment below and share it with others who might benefit. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video, where I'll talk about RV safety and emergency gear that could save your life on the road. See you there.